welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today. And as you can see, today I have one of my little friends here with me. This is a little nighthawk that I brought in for you to see. Isn't he the most gorgeous little character? He is something else. I love these little animals so much, ever so often I just like to share one with you. As I say, this is a nighthawk, and he flies around at night and eats insects by the ton. Just flies around with his mouth open. This one's been injured. He only has one wing, but he's doing very, very well. So, anyway, this is a painting show, so I think we should paint. Let's start out today and have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with us. While they're doing that, I'm going to set this little fella down. So if you'll come right up here, I'll show you what I've got done already. Okay, set him right over there. Today I have my standard old 18 by 24 inch canvas, but you use whatever size is convenient. And I've just covered it with a very thin, even coat of liquid white. So it's all ready to go, and I thought maybe today we'd just do a painting. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. Let's start out with a small amount. We'll use a little phthalo blue. Take the 2-inch brush, just tap a little into the bristles, something like so. Let's go right up in here. And we'll make a happy little sky in this painting just by making little X's, little crisscross strokes. We start at the top and begin working downward. And that way, the color, the phthalo blue, will mix with the liquid white that's already on the canvas. And automatically, your sky will get lighter and lighter as you work down toward the horizon. And in a landscape, that's exactly what we're looking for. So it works without you even worrying about it. There. I'm a very lazy person, so I look for easy ways to paint. And this is one of the easiest, most effective ways I've ever seen. All right. Something about like that. Now, I want to make the corners a little darker, so to bring your eye into the center of the painting. For that, I'll use a little Prussian blue, because it's much, much stronger. Whew, much stronger. So just up here in the corners, and I'll let it blend downward, we'll add a little Prussian blue, a little bit over on the other side too. Right over here. All right. And when this is done, that really will help bring the eye into the painting. There we go. And I thought maybe today we'd paint a happy little cloud. I like little clouds, so we'll just do that. I'm just wiping some of that blue down on the bottom, get it off the brush, and we'll just use it for background material. No use wasting that good paint. Now then, let's wash the old brush. That's the fun part of this. We wash our brushes with odorless paint thinner, since this is oil paint. There we are. Shake off the excess. And just beat the devil out of it. That really is the fun part. Now, I'm going to take titanium white, just plain old titanium white, and tap the brush into it. Just tap it, like so. One corner, basically. Let's go up in here. Now maybe, see, I left a little area sort of open there because I want a little cloud to live right in there. I'm just going to sort of tap it in and let it wander right off the canvas. A little more of the white. We just sort of let it wander around. Clouds are one of the freest things in nature, and they just sort of float around and have a good time all day. There, something about like that. Wherever you want them, that's exactly where they should live in your world. Exactly where they should live. Maybe, yeah. Why not? We'll have one up here too. Just drop them in. Okay, grab a little blender brush. With a blender brush here, we can very gently just blend this. The blender brush is so soft that you can go right over the paint without causing any major disasters. There we are. Fluff it up a little bit. Isn't that one of the easiest, nicest ways you've ever seen of making a fluffy little cloud that lives in your world? There, you can do it. There we are. All right. We'll just keep using that same brush we were tapping the clouds in with. I'm going to touch a little bit of phthalo blue. Little white, little phthalo blue mixed together. I want a light blue color. And let's go up in here and maybe, yeah, I like it. See, it's just a little darker than the sky is. Just a little bit, just enough so it stands out. Maybe in our world back here, there's a little footy hill that lives right there. Wherever you want it, you decide. Just tap in a basic little shape, something like so. Give it a little upward lift. Look like little trees far, far away. far away. I'm going to put a big tree over there, so I'm not worried about it. You know me, I like big trees, so I'm going to have one there. Now then, I'm going to put another layer. Same color, only I'm going to make it just a small amount darker. Just a little darker, but it's the same color. And right there. As things get closer to you in a landscape, they should get darker and darker in value. See there? That easy. Already it looks like it's closer to you than the first one we did. Sneaky, huh? But that's one of the little things that'll make your landscape absolutely special when you do it. There we are. Something about like that. Now, once again, I'm going to just lift upward. It'll pick up some of those little pieces of paint we laid on there and make it look like little trees far away. Far, far away. Now you could spend all day with your little tiny Tim brush and paint each one of those in individually. But shoot, why? I think this looks just as good, and you can do it very quickly. Old 2-inch brush will do wonderful things for you if you just give it a chance. Let's take some Prussian blue and some black. Let's get crazy here. Prussian blue, black. I'll be right back. Get a little sap green, some crimson. And I'm just brush mixing these. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're just looking for a good dark color here. We're moving into the foreground more. Big decision time. Maybe, yeah, right there. This dark, we're applying only so we can put some light on top of it. You need dark in order to show light. So that's all this is right here. Just tapping in the dark. But think about the lay of the land. Begin thinking how you want the land to flow. Something like that. I like these little distant foothills. Aren't those gorgeous? Some of the beautiful states, you know, like the Carolinas and etc. Missouri. You have all these little rolling foothills. They're gorgeous. I love them. And you can make layer after layer after layer. Shoot, we do a lot of traveling, and when we go through there, we always got our camera out because it's so pretty. There. I'm going to pull straight down. I want a little pond there, I think. And in our world, we want a little pond. It's that easy. All you got to do is pull downward. Straight down, though. Decide where it lives and drop it in. There we go. It's most important these lines come straight down. Otherwise, it'll look like your water's tilted. And still water is always flat. It's lazy. It's like me. Now then, shoot, I'm just going to use that same old brush. It seems to be working pretty good. We'll go right into some of the yellows. I'm going to use all the yellows. And every once in a while, I'm going to touch a little bit of bright red. But I want to tap that to get a little bit of paint. See that little roll right along there? There's one just like it on the brush. And with that, then we'll come back on this dark, and we'll begin putting in some little grassy areas that live way back in the distance there. There they come. Just load a little more color on the brush. You decide where they live and put them wherever you want in your world. Wherever. That's what I like about painting. It gives you freedom. Oh, you can create any illusion that you want. Any illusion that you want, at least on this piece of canvas. About like that. There. I've got several brushes going here. Let me grab another one. I think way back in the background we're to have a tree. Grab the knife here. Let's mix up. We'll just use a little bit of everything. I'm going to put some phthalo green in there, Prussian blue, black, crimson. We'll just throw it all in there. Maybe even a little Van Dyke brown. As long as it's good and dark. I like that phthalo green in there, though. It'll give it a beautiful, beautiful color. Let me wipe the old knife. Now, same thing. I'm just going to use a 2-inch brush, load a little color on it. And let's go up in here. Time to make some major decisions in our world. Maybe there's a happy little tree. Lives right there. Something like that. Once again, all we're doing now is putting in some dark color so that we can come back and highlight it. Maybe that tree lives there. I don't know. You decide. In your world, you have to make these decisions. Where does trees live? Rivers flow? All right. Shoot, that's pretty good. Maybe we'll do another one. About like that. Basic shapes. That's all we're looking for at this time. That's all we're looking for. Don't worry about it. Let's go on the other side. I want a tree over there too. Yeah, why not? Right there. You know, when you paint, you just sort of look at things that are happening in your painting and make decisions. Learn how to compose while you're painting. All you need to do is start out with a time of day and a time of year in your mind and sort of let it go. You need to know the time of day so you know where your light's coming from. You need to know the time of year so you know if there's snow on the ground or it's bright green. But other than that, just have a basic idea of where you want to go. And let your imagination carry you anywhere that you want to be. To me, that's really the excitement in painting. There. Now this is quite dark, so I want the reflection in the water to be much darker here. That easy. We got it. See? That's all there is to it. I'm going to take a little script liner brush. Take a little bit of white. I'm going to get a little dark sienna. We'll just mix them on the script liner brush. And with that, I'll put the indication here and there of a few little tree trunks. We don't have to worry about them being too great because we're going to cover most of them up. A few little things in here, and then let's go on the other side and put a couple over there. And those little trees, don't want them left out. You could actually just take the knife and scrape through the paint, and it'd give the indication of some tree trunks. And you wouldn't even have to do anything. There. Now then, we'll just keep using this old 2-inch brush. Seems to be working okay. And with that, we'll tap in a little bit of color. And let's begin putting some highlights on these little trees. Now you could use a 1-inch brush. And I get letters from fantastic people all over the country. And sometimes they'll say, I'm more comfortable with a 1-inch brush. It will do exactly the same thing, maybe not quite as fast. But if you don't have a Mino director on you, then you have unlimited time. You can just paint it any way you want it. So at home, if you want to use a 1-inch brush to do this, try it. Try both. See which one works the nicest for you. The only thing we want to do here is give you ideas, show you how to make effects, and turn you loose on the world. Let's go over the other side. This little tree. Don't want to be left out. We'll start with this one down here. There. See. Now he's a happy little tree. He was sad till we put some leaves on him. But in our world, everything's happy. There. I spent half my life in the military playing soldier. And now I just make happy little things. All right. There's no military allowed in my paintings. There. No bad guys, no good guys. Just people who enjoy life, like God's creations. That's all we have here. And you can create any world that you want on canvas. Now, if you have trouble making that paint stick at all, add the least little touch of paint thinner to your brush and then go through the paint. It'll thin the paint and it'll stick right on there, no problem. Add a little sap green to my color. There. Maybe. Yeah, there. But see how you can just make all these little bushes and stuff? That easy. That easy. It's not difficult at all. You decide where they live and drop them in. Very quickly, if you paint, you'll learn to see, and you'll learn what imagination is. Shoot. Oh, I got to have a little house here. This is just perfect place for a house. Right here. I see. I would like to live right here under this group of trees. So we'll just scrape out a basic shape, something about like so. I scrape it out to do two things: to lay out the basic idea of the house and to remove excess paint. We'll start with Van Dyke Brown Dark Sienna, just mixed together loosely, so you have both color. Leave it marbled. Both of them are there. We're just going to block it in using these browns. Then we can decide what we want to do with it. There. See? Maybe. Yeah. There's a side right there. Let's get crazy. Shoot, maybe there's a little shed that sticks right out on the front here. There. Now then, we can take a little bit of white, a little brown. I'm going to put some yellow ochre in it too. White, brown, little yellow ochre. And let's come right along in here. Doop, 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 doop. Put some boards in this old place. Just a few little dooders. Wherever. There we go. See them? Something about like that. I'm going to take some bright red, a little bit of dark sienna mixed with it, a little touch of white. Into that. I like red roofs. So I'm going to put a red roof. But now, when you do your painting, maybe where you live, there's a different color roof. That's okay. It's okay. All I want to do is show you how to make these little rascals. You design them any way you want them. Maybe where you're at there, any color roof. I don't know. As I travel around, I see just about anything that you can imagine somewhere. Let's take, just want to firm that edge up a little bit. Not much color over here. It's away from the light. Not going to see much over here. We said we was going to have a little attachment onto the house, a little shed maybe. So that easy. That easy. See, we got him. There, that's all there is to it. So it's quite a nice little house. He's okay. Maybe looks more like a little farmer's place out here. Maybe this was a farm a long time ago. Maybe it sort of grew up around here, like at my house. All right. Yeah, we take the liner brush, little paint thinner, a little bit of brown. Maybe, yeah, if this was a farm, maybe you can still see a little bit of fence. It goes up, goes over the hill back here. We don't know where it goes. You decide. But just to give the indication. All right. Time to have fun. You know me. I want a big tree. And the big old tree is going to live right up here in the sky. Here he comes. Big old tree. There. See? Be brave. Throw him in. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. On this piece of canvas, anything that happens you can take care of. Don't worry. When you first start painting, the thought of hitting this big old piece of blank canvas, sort of scary, I know. But once you jump in there and do it, it just works great. I'm going to take a little dark sienna, a little white, mix them together. I'm going to put a little bit of indication of some land right out through here. Just a little bit. Don't want too much. Something about like that. There, it comes right on around. There we are. Take a little touch of the liquid white, pull it out as flat as I can get it. And we'll put a little water line back here. Just a little light area to sort of separate the two darks. There. And a little bit right in here. All right. We're getting crazier now. Just put all these good dark colors in here. Yeah, let's do this. We'll just close this little pond right in. You can just do anything that you want here. Just fill this up. All kinds of little dooders. Just think about the lay of the land here. You could really put this in with a paint roller, but it's an excellent way. Well, maybe not a paint roller, but you could put it in just any old way you want. It's an excellent way, though, to practice with a brush. Make friends with it. I would suggest you practice the stroke that you're going to use next time right here. Don't ever waste an opportunity to practice. All right. A little sap green, a little yellow. And we can come right in here and we can make a little grassy area out of that. That easy. That easy. Maybe oh yeah, I like it better. A little bit brighter right there. There. Something about like that. Now then, maybe up here in our tree. A minute ago I mentioned you just take a knife and you can scrape and you can make the indication of tree trunks. Just like that. It's up to you. Whatever way is easiest for you. Sometimes you want to take your time and paint them in. Sometimes you just want to scratch them in and keep right on going. It's really up to you. Put a few little leaves and things up here on this tree. See, don't want him left out. But isn't it fantastic? With a big old 2-inch brush, you can do things that look so detailed. And with practice, you will be amazed. I have people write me every day and they say, you know, I did some paintings the other day and I took them and showed them to my friends, and they actually started looking for numbers on them because they didn't believe I could do that. I hear that every day. And nothing's greater than hearing about people's successes when they do this. That really makes it all worthwhile. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. There. Now the little tree lives right here, little bush. Happy little bush, huh? There. Wherever. You decide. You decide. See, I'll show you another way. I'll show you another way. You can make grassy areas. Maybe these are closer to us, and they're a little bigger. I'm going to use a fan brush, just number 6 fan brush. You can use any size you want. I like a number 6. Same colors, though. Same colors. But there's a multitude of colors happening on that brush. Okay, let's go up in here. Now, you can just take and just give upward push. Now, sort of adjust the brush back and forth, because if you go straight in, well, let's do it. So you get a big smiley face. So adjust the brush until it's going fairly straight. And you can just give it a little push, and all those little grassy things will happen. That easy. That easy. And it makes grass, it looks like it's closer to us. There. I tell you what. Let's take a little bit of our brown colors. Maybe we can see a little soil, a little dirt through there. If you want it in your world, just drop it in. We take a little brown, a little white, mix it together, and very gently, that easy. That easy, just run right over it. Now we can come back with our little fan brush and just pop in some little grassy areas around it to make it look like it's part of the painting. That easy. See it? There. But isn't that a fantastic way of making little grassy areas that are a little closer to you? All right. And a little practice with this, and you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. Absolutely amazed. I know I am every day. Every day. It's like a gift. Something new happens on the canvas. Study it when it happens. Sometimes even a mistake, or what you think is a mistake, turns out to be a learning experience that maybe is better than what you were trying to do. Evaluate it. We don't make mistakes, you know. We have happy accidents. I want to take a number 3 fan brush. Doesn't matter what size you use, I just happen to pick it up. And maybe in our world maybe an old tree was cut down or fell down right here, and there's part of the stump still lingering around. We'll just put it in like that. And we can take the knife with a little brown and white on it, and we just sort of highlight him. There we are. Poor old tree. Him fall down. Probably hurt. But he's okay now. And then we just sort of fill that up with some little grassy areas. And he lives right in there now. We take our knife, just scrape here and there, and put in all kind of little sticks and twigs and happy little things that live all out here in this beautiful little scene. And I think, let's take our old liner brush, a little bit of the bright red, paint thinner. I think I'm going to sign this one, call it finished. Hope you've enjoyed this little painting. It's very simple, and it will teach you how to use all the equipment, and it's a lot of fun. And with the old signature on here, I think we're going to call that one finished from all of us here. I'd like to wish you happy painting, and God bless, my friend.